Ladies and gentlemen, we are live.
Live.
Welcome. And we are in opposite sides of the world, but not in different spaces. Let's put it that way. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you Kass Thomas, and here she is, facilitator.
Hello, Karen Jones.
Hello from Seoul, South Korea. It is great to see you, my friend. I'm so excited that we're going to give people a little bit of the inside of what this upcoming class is all about. I'm super excited. I can't wait to get home. I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to just like have more money. Okay, no, okay.
Well, don't wait. Have more money now.
I'm going to have more money right now. Dosh on it. And in fact, I got an email today that gave me more money, and I was like, I did the money dance.
You did. Oh, right. We've got to remember the money dance because we're doing a short little hangout, but you've got to remember the money dance. I had so much fun doing those. You were doing those weekly reading of the Money Isn't the Problem, You Are book, which I absolutely love. It's been published in different languages by Gary Douglas and Dane here. And Gary's been, Douglas, founder of Access, has been saying for me to years, you've got to write a book. You know, you've got such a different take on this material. And I have been working, I realize as I'm writing the book, which is by the same name as the class, Dancing with Riches, the ease and amusement of living consciously, I realized that I've been working since I was 14, you know, on the ice cream truck and then in summer jobs and then really just working in so many different jobs, owning my own company several times. And a lot of the information that I talk about in Dancing with Riches and that I share in the class, Dancing with Riches, is just about how to get into your own groove. A lot of times people say to me, you have such an amazing lifestyle, you're so lucky. Well, we create it, you know, and my life and my lifestyle is perfect for me. And where it's not, I'm changing it. And there's, you know, willing to absolutely change countries, change jobs, close companies.
For those of you who don't know, I'm going to just give you a quick publicity here. Kass is like Miss International, more international than me even. I mean, this woman, she travels all over the world. She does live an amazing life, and she has created it. She has an amazing husband. She lives in a gorgeous villa. I mean, the woman is an amazing creator. Listen to what she has to say because you'll learn something, and perhaps you'll allow yourself to start creating the life that you'd really like to have too. What do you think, Kass? Do you think they will?
You know, it's a choice. It absolutely is a choice. And one of the things when I was writing the book, which I'm waiting for the final, you know, edit to come back to me. So I'm really excited. It should be in the next week. One of the gals, a friend of mine from Hungary who gave it a read, she said, you know, it's so important for people to know that you weren't born in a villa with a beautiful garden and speaking languages and stuff like that, that you grew up in the hood and that you have actually created your life and it's been a choice. And, you know, one of the things that I start talking about in the book is recognizing what's working for you, what's not working for you. And that's specific to every person, you know, because probably my lifestyle, which seems glamorous, it is, I'm happy about it. Today I was working. I went to look and find a location in Rome for Dr. Dane Here's coming here in October. Here is coming here. Hey, Dr. Dane, yeah. And so I went to find a location. I met my friend Francesca. She came in on the train. We went to find a location. We had 2 hours. And I said, let me walk you by one of these beautiful piazzas in Rome, Piazza Cedra, which you know well, Piazza della Repubblica. And one of the things I love about it is that they have a champagnerie, which is someplace you drink champagne. And I said, no, I can take you to the bar here where we can have, you know, little sandwiches and some juice, or I can take you to the champagnerie. So, you know,
I would have chosen the champagnerie personally.
And so did she. She said, look at me. So, you know, what works for you, what rhythm actually works for you, and recognizing that and creating your life. You know, I grew up in Boston, in Roxbury, in the hood, and somehow I always knew that I wanted an international life, that I loved hearing different languages, that I loved working. I come from a working class family that always worked. So and enjoyed, my mom loved her work, just continually work. So, and some people don't. So that's also something that you look at. But recognizing when something is right for you and when it's not. And one of the things that just because you are able to do something, like I'm able to do a lot of things, doesn't mean that you want to do it. Doesn't mean, you know what I mean? A lot of people say, oh, you're so good at that, you should do that for a living. I mean,
Right.
you know how well I sing. You're a
There you
professional,
go.
Karen's a professional singer. And
Okay.
people always hear me sing and they're like, oh, do you sing professionally? And I was like, no, I sing for fun and enjoyment. Well, you should sing professionally. Why? you know, that, you know that's not particularly my
As
choice
a
this
professional
lifetime.
singer, I can say it's not for everybody. That
It's
is true.
not for everybody, and it's hard work also. I've traveled with you and traveled with Nina Freeland. I've been a road manager, a tour manager, and a road manager for jazz artists. I've worked in the hotel industry, in the hotel management for years. I've had a television and film production company. I've worked for other big producers. I own my own company now, working for myself. And I've had 25 other jobs in between, working festivals and organizing and everything from sort of secretarial stuff to being the boss. And it's about what's working and what's not working for you. So learning how to recognize that, seeing what actually turns you on. Some of the stuff we'll be doing in the class. And doesn't matter how many people are in the class, we always are able to get to that with everyone through some questions, the amazing questions of access consciousness. Also, some questions tailored for individual people if they're not clear about what's working for them,
And
and what's not
I
working for
just
them.
want to interject that for those of you who don't know, who are new to Access, Access is like one of its greatest powerful things that they do is ask questions, because the questions invoke in you the opening to the space, or allows you to see where you're limiting your life, and perhaps opens those doors that you've perhaps closed, or lifts those veils, or what. I mean, there's so many different ways to express what happens when you ask a question and you get to the core of what you've been creating, and how to get over it, how to get through it, how to get past, how to get rid of it. Right.
Exactly. And you know what, Karen, a lot of people don't want to get rid of it. A lot of people, what I find is a lot of people love their story. And
Yes.
a lot of people have identified themselves so much with what they can't do. And there's a great expression that is, if you believe you can or you believe you can't, either way, you're right. Because if you believe you can't. That's, that's
Right.
it. So I'm not trying to convince anybody that they can't, but if you know that there's something else possible, then we can definitely move out of the way with these fabulous questions. What is not allowing you to access that? And when we talk about dancing with riches, we're not talking about just being rich. We're talking about riches, the wealth that you are. And really, every aspect of your life is involved in um, bringing your situation to a more healthy, abundant place. And your financial situation, your body, your relationship with others, you're relating to others. And so your body is so much of a great tool in communicating to you when something's not cool with you, when something's not working with you. So, and these questions, when we talk about these questions, help allow you to identify those things that aren't working for you, that are working for you, because your body will actually expand or contract when something is either right for you or not right for you. So we will talk a bit about that also
Can
in
you
the
talk
class.
more about the body and how it relates to, I mean, money? I know people are like, well, what does my body have to do with money? Could you talk a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. Thank you for asking that. When we're talking about, yeah, money has a vibration. Everything has a vibration. Money has an energy. Money has a feel to it. You can see someone in a pair of jeans that are torn, and maybe even dirty, and a ragged jacket, and know that somehow, there's something about them that they're not poor. right? And you can also see someone really dressed very well, but they don't have that sort of vibe of someone who's comfortable in their skin, who has a wealth and dances with riches, you know? So it's not about the appearance, it's about really being comfortable in your skin and knowing what is the right space for you at a certain time. And your body is so important in that. Why? Because what your body does is it tells you, gives you information about your environment. Like you walk into a room, right? And you
Right.
know if somebody's had a fight in that room. And you know,
Absolutely.
yeah, you know,
Absolutely.
you walk in and you say hello, and they're like, hello. And you're like, is everything fine? Sure, everything's fine. Why? Why do you ask? And you're like, We say it in English. We say the energy's so thick in here, you could cut it with a knife, right?
Exactly. Exactly. You know
Yeah,
immediately. It's like, oh, chill vibe in here. Totally. This room is so cold. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you recognize that also when you walk in and you're like, wow, this feels really lovely. And there's a really nice vibe in here. So
Yeah.
your body is actually what signals that to you. So recognizing, and so just in these classes, the lovely thing is talking about money and bringing up some questions. You can recognize the vibration of gold, for example. I know that I carry gold around with me, gold nuggets, and gold is has its energy. It comes from the earth, and you can feel it. So beginning to recognize what the vibration of money is, and really attracting that vibration into your life, or knowing when it is around. And you can ask questions to projects, to jobs, to choices that you make. If I make this choice, will that bring me more money? If I choose this, what will my life be like in 5 years? If I don't choose this, what will my life be like in 5 years? So beginning to recognize those vibrations, and your body helps you a lot with that. Will
Yeah.
this project bring me money? Will this gig, singing gig, bring me money? Will this job, it's paying great money, but will this job bring me money, more money now and in the future? And we ask those questions also of objects that we buy and stuff like that. So that's one of the ways that your body can help you with that. And also, your body gives you a lot of information about the people that you're around. I mean, what would it take to begin recognizing if somebody is going to contribute to your dance with riches? What would it take to know if somebody's just blowing off steam, or selling empty dreams, or if there's actually something about that conversation, that project, that person that's going to create more in your future. And of course, we go over some really nuts and bolts things. Like a lot of people who come to these classes are like, okay, that's great. I do indeed want to get myself into a position where I'm in the flow and I'm in the rhythm of my life, but I've got some emergency things to take care of now. How do I immediately change my situation? So we do go over some nuts and bolts things, making lists, finding out how much things cost you, and how much it costs you to live, what you can do to make ends meet immediately, how you can look at things differently. One of the gifts that I have, and that's thanks to who I am, but also thanks to all the jobs I've done that have been, when you produce films, you're on the set, everybody's ready, and the costume designer, this happened to me with the film that I produced, shows up with the leading actress's clothes on, you know, and they're dirty. It's like, okay, well, we've got the whole crew here. We paid for the crew for today. We can't not go. The show must go on. So what is the alternative here? Okay, we shoot another scene today, and we
Right.
get whatever that is. So a lot of people feel like they're stuck in a situation and there are no alternatives. And that's never true. There are always alternatives. There are always different ways to look at things. And a lot of people, and that's the great thing about these classes, you get to say, this is my particular situation. And through one person's particular situation, it's easy to see the way you can ask questions about any situation and open up possibilities. And that's what questions do. Questioning something, you open up possibilities. And the more possibilities that you open up, the more choices you have. And the more choices you have, the more you can choose something that is actually going to be a contribution to you, as opposed to having to do something. A lot of people talk about, well, I have to work in this job because I have to pay my rent at the end of the month. So what else is possible? What are the other possibilities that you have with paying your rent? Different ways to pay your rent, different ways to look at the job you're in, so that it's not as rough.
And that you haven't even considered yet.
Absolutely. Different ways to look at it. And what is the future? And this is, what we're doing a one-day class in Vegas. And in the one-day class, it goes really quite fast. And it's quite dynamic because there's a lot to cover in one day. It can easily be and is a two-day class. What's the future that you're not planning for? So just in that example about, I have to work in this job because I have to pay my rent. Okay, can you look at it as a vehicle to get you where you'd like to go? What is it that you'd like to be doing? What is a profession, is a job that works for you? And is this job not a great way for you to get from point A, where you are now, to point B, where you'd like to arrive? So even just looking at it and being grateful for it, because it's actually going to afford you to do some of the things you'd like to do. And also just recognizing the many things that we do that may not immediately bring us money, but they bring us a joy, that allows us to do things that aren't so comfortable sometimes, like working in a job or running a business, until we can transition into something else. So really just opening up the dance floor so that you can dance with riches, and it's not just one tune, and not dancing to somebody else's tune, because that is uncomfortable for you, it's uncomfortable for your body, and it influences how you interact with other people. So that whole relating to others, that whole including your body in your decisions and allowing it to contribute to helping you find. It's like a seeing eye dog, it will help you find money if you allow it and include it. And that dancing with riches is about really allowing the universe to contribute to you. So it's really a full stop shop. You're not just adding oil to the car, feeding the car. You're actually getting the full checkup and maybe even a paint job.
You are far too clever. I just want to say that, well, obviously Kass is an amazing facilitator. You would really, don't show up, people, because you're not going to have a good time. You're not going to learn anything. I'm just being a pain in the what. I want to make it clear that the people who show up create the class. Like, every single one of you is so unique and so powerful that what you bring to that class will create the potency of the class. So I invite you, I dare you to come to this class, because I am super excited. I'm going to be there, and I am so ready to ask a gazillion questions, because I too, and your money situation is a constantly flowing and evolving, beautiful thing. The more you're willing to receive, the more you will receive. And Kass is definitely there to help you to be a part of that transition, if you're willing to make that transition. So I dare you.
Yeah. Karen, it's I've been working with these tools, with the questions and with these topics for like 10 years now, that.
Yes, I do.
And there's been such a shift in the last 6 months, that the space I'm willing to step into with this potency of really not only reading the energy, but also being able to transform it. And we can all transform it. I do, in this class I get into in the afternoon, some the energy flows, which is just a brilliant tool. And I'm sure you use those while you're singing. You can transform any situation. It's really about stepping into your potency and being willing to be the protagonist, and the lead. And when it's time to follow, and just to really glide. It's a lot of fun. I'm excited about it too. We're gonna do this class in Vegas on May 28th.
Yes,
and that is coming up very soon. Yeah, it's.
I'm gonna pop up the quick. If you go to the page, you'll see it. Or if you go to Kass's website, you will see this. Do you see that?
Yeah, and if someone can't by chance be there physically, we will definitely be recording the class. So definitely let us know or sign up. You can sign up on my website, which is kassthomas.com, or you can sign up on the Access Consciousness website, which is accessconsciousness.com, and just go under Nevada or go under Kass Thomas, or yeah. And we are going to have some fun. We'll be doing this class. The book will be ready by the end of the month, and I will be doing this class around the world. So I'm excited to debut it in Vegas.
And how lucky are we that we get to be the first to receive it, and I mean, this is something that's going all around the world, and we get to get it in our little Vegas town. You know, how lucky are we?
That sounds like you're about to do the money dance.
I feel it. I feel it coming on.
You feel it coming. And you know, just if people want to know more about bodies, I do a monthly call. It's the next one's June 3rd. A monthly call just about getting into the space of being in communion with bodies, and really just open forum for questions. A monthly call, and you can find out information about that as well on my website. So join in. It's under $10 a month, really, and so, and we've got some great questions on the line and great playing with the energy. And you know, I mentioned being around people who actually are willing to create their lives, because a lot of times we start moving and then we feel ourselves sliding back. So recognizing that way before it actually happens, or you actually create the slide back, is important. And staying connected with the energy and the vibration of who you are, and in the flow with the dance of money.
Yes, dancing, baby. Dancing, bring it on. I like to call it bun dance, but you know, we can dance with riches, we can dance with wealth, we can dance with money, we can dance with whatever, with gold, we can dance with silver, we can dance with anything that you've decided is that kind of vibe. You know,
yeah,
you all know what I'm talking about, right?
And things that are vibrationally compatible with you.
There you go.
Yeah, whatever that looks like, and you keep changing, and it keeps changing, and the energy keeps moving, and the money keeps flowing. How's it get any better than that?
How does it get any better than that? Yeah,
indeed. So
awesome.
Thank you, baby. Excited.
Thank you, sweetie. I'm super excited. Ladies and gentlemen, you've got to come to Vegas, because forget the strip and the shows. You've got these Dances with Riches. This is something that should be like #1 in the box office. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
And we will go to shows and take a road trip too, so that'll be cool. So we'll have fun.
Yes.
And
yes,
always something around Dancing with Riches movement. Yeah, cool.
Yes, and then the body is participating in your joy of that vibration that is just so perfect for you. Right, that right space for you. I like that. The right space for you. I'm going to remember
that. Absolutely.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Kass.
Yes,
any last words to those people who are sitting on the edge of never changing their lives?
You know what? You can go beyond. That's actually the name of my monthly call series. You can go beyond whatever is going on. You're able to get over it, right? Change it and go beyond. That's what it is. And what would it take? Is now the time to do that. No time like the present. Is it time to turn it up, to turn it on, to go beyond? That's it.
Ooh, I like that. Ooh, is it time to turn it on and go beyond? Baby, I'm going to tune into that. All right, I think we can end with a happy dance. How does that sound? The money dance, we call it, we don't check into all that energy, to all those people who are like, yes, they want to come. I can feel them coming. I can just feel them banging on the door. Come on down, people. Come on down. And ladies and gentlemen, we are ending with the happy dance. Woo!
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say.
Woo!
Sunshine, she's here. You can take a break.
Bye, everybody. We'll see you. We'll see you next time. We'll see you in Vegas, May 28th for the Dances with Riches class. May 28th. May 28th. Dances with Riches in Vegas. Go to KassThomas.com. We'll see you then. Have a great one. Bye.